Hope is all we have, all we need on this journey. Love is what we give when we receive, so keep it burning. Gift your soul and let it be. Soon you'll find your gift of legacy. I'm ready to color my world, ready to give to you. I'm ready to color my world, ready to give to you. Faith will keep you strong where you belong. Just believe it. Dreams to help you grow, to reap and sow, you receive it. So gift your soul and let it be. Soon you'll find your gift of legacy. I'm ready to color my world, ready to give to you. I'm ready to color my world, ready to give to you.
You know, that never gets old. And for some reason this evening, that song just reminded me of the very beginning. Oh my goodness. Welcome everybody to this wonderful Wednesday evening. It's so wonderful to have you all here. And I see that the viewers are climbing on. We've got 90 people on so far. So please just say hello on the chat. Greet our beautiful family. And I would like to welcome Melissa, Chris, Hercules, Jenny, my beautiful Core, and then also our wonderful translators, Edgar and Oliver, who will be translating in Spanish tonight. So we're going to give this a test run and see how it all works out. And then hopefully soon, with all of our main presentations, we'll be able to get our international community on StreamYard with us and have them doing their translations with their languages to their communities at the same time. How does it get better than that?
Hey, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. It's so nice to be back on screen with you guys.
It's so awesome to see over 100 people on YouTube live streaming. Normally it takes a couple of minutes for everybody to start logging in, so we can see that the numbers are climbing. So yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome everybody from wherever you are on the other side of the world. Thank you for taking the time out for being with us this evening. Looking forward to sharing some really cool stuff with you guys. Really cool stuff.
Jenny?
You're on mute.
There we go. It's so great to be here with everybody on screen this evening. Really looking forward to our chat this evening, and just hope that you're all doing well.
Also from my side, welcome to everybody. Thank you for taking the time out to listen to what Candice and Chris will have, and we trust that a lot of your unanswered questions will be answered, and if not tonight, there's always the groups that we can stay in touch on. But welcome, everybody. Trust that you will find this session very handy. Thank you.
And let's not forget that 2 days ago was the 10th of October, which means that we flipped that switch and we launched Gift of Legacy 9 months ago, guys, 9 months ago. What a journey it has been. What a journey. What an exciting journey. We said to everybody at launch, put your safety belt on, strap on tight, because this is going to be a roller coaster ride. And my goodness, has it been. But you know what? Here we are, 9 months later, still standing and stronger than we've ever been before. We are as rock solid on many different levels, And you're here tonight when Candace shares with you some of the things that we've achieved, which people tend to forget. You know, after 3-4 months, something amazing that we deployed or launched, gets forgotten very quickly. So it's always nice to have the reminders and all the improvements that we have made. So, if you look statistically, any platform, company, structure, business, whatever you want to call it, you see, we fall in such a different category because we're not a company, we're not a business, but we are a community. But it's a platform in which people can get together, and this is obviously the way we transfer gifts peer-to-peer around the world. And, statistically, when I studied traditional marketing, did you know that 90% of companies or businesses or structures fail before they get to 9 months?
Yeah.
90% fail. And here we are 9 months later, stronger than we've ever been before. So that's a massive feather in our cap. So I want to personally say thank you to the core team that are on the call this evening. We've walked a very long path together, and you know what? We beyond friends. We family. We family, and we've stuck together through thick and thin. And let me tell you, there's been some times where it's just been, oh my goodness gracious, are we going to get through this? And what got us through the scary parts is the standing together and the trust that we have and the open relationship that we have with each other. And that's what we try and get forward to the community. And secondly, I would like to thank every single person that's on this call right now, 129 people. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for sticking by with us and going through the changes and the tough challenges, which were opportunities, which we've got through them. It's a bit of a bumpy road, but you guys stood by us and you kept the faith. That's the most important thing. So I would like to commend you, and I'd like to thank you for sticking it out, because guess what, guys? It's going to be so freaking worth it. It's going to be so worth it. So thank you, guys. Thank you.
I'd also like to just take this opportunity, seeing as though we're celebrating this evening. A lot of people have been asking how Jenny is. And yesterday, Jenny shared with us that she is completely in the clear and she has beat cancer. And we are just so ecstatically grateful. And it's been such an amazing journey with us all within Gift of Legacy, but also just being with Jenny on her own personal journey. And my goodness, we are in such good hands with the people that are here. I really, Chris has said that we've been on a roller coaster ride, and many of you don't even know the half of what we have had to deal with in the background. But let me tell you, these complete strangers that I landed up getting together with to create this project, I would not want to choose anybody else. They have been absolutely rock solid, and they have stood by the people that they are. And what you see is what you get. And no matter what rumors are out there, I can vouch for these people, and they are incredible. And I will move the earth for any one of them. So, Jenny, I'm just so grateful that you're healed, and that red hair is going to be growing back and fiery, and just so excited.
Thanks so much for that, Candace. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you, those I know and those I don't know. So many people prayed for me around the world, and that was so comforting. I've had, I don't know how many people have stood by me on this journey. And I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. I knew deep down inside that the battle was won when I started the journey. But the journey had to be walked, and it's been the most incredible journey. It hasn't been a sad, difficult journey, trying at times, but it's been incredible. I've grown and I've learned so much, and I couldn't have done that on my own. So I just want to express my gratefulness and my gratitude to the core team that have given me time, that have stood by me, my family, my friends, and to everybody that I don't even know. Thank you to everybody. And yeah, this is only the beginning. It's a second lease on life, and it's amazing. I really look forward to the next leg of this journey. Thank you, Candace. Thank you, Herky, Melissa, Chris, all of you. Thank you.
All right. So I'm sure there's lots of questions. So I've got a lot to get through, and I'm going to go through slide by slide. The call will chip in if they need to, and then at the end, you are welcome to ask questions. I've got Merle and Melissa and Adele all on the YouTube chat. So if you do have questions while I'm talking, they will do their utmost best to answer them in the best way they can. And then once I've gone through the presentation, I'll just scan through the chats. And if we need to just talk about subjects, we can bring them up as well. So let me do this. All right, can everybody see that? There we go. Okay. So I would like to just talk about a wonderful new feature, which I have had so much fun with, and it's called the peak function. So what was happening, of course, we had our auto join. So when you finish your bronze board, you get automatically joined to a silver board. And then after you get confirmed as a gift on your silver board, you then get to go on your perpetual bronze journey, and you get to join a bronze board. So what we didn't realize is that how many people actually join a board because they just are curious. And, you know, curiosity killed the cat. So what's happened is a lot of people are asking to be removed off boards, and it just created a little bit of a sticky vibe because when you land on a board, you know, the ultimate thing is to gift. So I'm really, really grateful that we have the peek function, because before joining a board, you can now take a peek of the board. So I've actually taken screenshots step by step. So that is your back office. Everything's really familiar. And I have got the arrow where it says peek on the platinum board. You'll see on all the others, it says view. And now it says peek. When you click on peek, a warning info box will come up, and it will just tell you that you are joining a new platinum board, the gift value, and then also to make sure that if you decide to join the board, that you will have your gift ready. So when you click confirm on this, it will take you to peek. It's not going to place you on a board. So over here, you'll see I'm nowhere on that board. If I wanted to join this board, I would click over here to join the board. So normally board chat is over here, but I would click here to join the board. Now, of course, I don't have, I'm just a builder on that gold board. So I don't have enough funds to get onto the platinum, but I'm very excited. Now I know where I could possibly land up. And because I've chosen not to join, I will click the back button over here, and then that would take me right back to the home screen where you can see all of your boards. Okay, if any of you want to chip in before I move on to the next one.
Now, Candace, I think you've covered it, you know, the peekaboo function.
I love it, and it's so cool because, you know, you can phone someone and go, oh my goodness, I had a look at your board and I'm so excited that I'm going to be landing on it. And it just gives you a little bit of an idea. And, you know, energy is beautiful because energy goes where, you know, where your attention is. So if you're looking at this and I would probably print this out and put it on my wall, wake up every day and look at it. What are
Vision
the
board,
possibilities of Africa?
Can I
All
just
right, so that
mention
is-
one thing before we go off peak? So if there are, for an example, where Candace has peaked on this platinum board, if there are 7 gifters on this board and you've peaked and you're still deciding whether or not you want to join, and you go and make a cup of tea, and then you're like, you know what, I've got this bonus in my birthday month, I'm going to use it to join the platinum board. And you click join. My suggestion would be to use Candace's back button where she's got the arrow back, and then click the view button to see, the peak function, to see if you're still going to land on that board. Because if that board has filled up already, somebody else could have had a peak and also gotten excited and clicked join. So you've got to just be aware that it could be a possibility that if you just click join after walking away from your board for an hour and coming back, somebody else could have taken that 8th spot. So yeah, just something in the background to keep in your mind.
Yeah, so if for example, I wanted to join this board, I would click back and then go in again, make sure that there was a space, and then click, just like Melissa said.
Yeah.
All right, so very, very important to protect your profile. When our Trickle Up function was released, there were a few people that were convinced that there was a bug in the system and that there was something wrong. And we vigorously test everything before we launch it. So, of course, we went into panic mode and we tried to figure out why the system was letting us down, but it did not. So please make sure that if you have joined and you have joined as part of a team and you've given your password to somebody else, make sure that you are going to change your password. Make sure that, because if somebody has access to your account and there might be some bad blood, they could go in and quit Gift of Legacy on your behalf. So it is really, really important to make sure that only you have access to your password. So very, very important. And then just a quick one, how to prevent accidental deletion. Log in regularly. Do not share your password with anyone. Do not use the same password for multiple profiles, and change your password periodically. Also, we suggest to activate 2-factor authentication, but please make sure you know everything about how to do that before you do that. And don't allow others to log into your profile. You should almost treat your profile like your bank account. You wouldn't be giving your password to your bank account to just anyone. So it's really, really important that you hold on to that. So there were a few cases of where people had all of a sudden just got no emails, they got no warning, and they were gone. And we realized that somebody must have had access to that profile and had gone in and actually pushed quit on the user's behalf. So just to mention again, the system, Gift of Legacy, is running optimally. It is 100% perfect. We are so proud of the platform as it is now. So please, there is never anything wrong with the system. Human error is very, very common. And Melissa's nodding there because we're in support. We see what goes on. We sit up late at night trying to figure out cases, and we always laugh because we realize the system is absolutely foolproof.
Candace, and can I
Sorry,
can I
Herky.
just add that this has happened to me with my 4 profiles, passwords were compromised, and I got emails from people that know me and asked me why have I chosen to quit. And when I went to my emails, I saw I got an email for each of those profiles saying that I have chosen to quit Gift of Legacy, which obviously I have not. Needless to say, I quickly changed the passwords of those profiles, and it hasn't happened since. So it is definitely happening where passwords are compromised. People should take care of that.
And on that note, our developer actually said that you get programs that can just figure out passwords. So even if you've got the most complicated password, it can still be figured out by somebody that knows what they're doing. So just make sure that you're constantly changing your profile, and please don't share it with anyone.
Although the safety net for those whom have had their emails verified, there is a safety net. The minute that you choose to quit Gift of Legacy, you should receive an email. And if it was not you that have chosen to quit, you still get the email. So there is a safety net. So also check your emails regularly. Just a tip.
Yeah, thanks for that, Herky. That is very important.
And make your password quite like difficult. Don't just put like cat123, things like that, like simple things. That's what Candice was saying, that there are computer programs that can decipher it. You can actually see having certain combinations and how long it would take a hacker to come in. And all you do is just, when you're typing up a password, like for your bank, whatever, and as you're typing, it goes from red to orange to green. And once it goes green, it means you've got quite a secure password. So once you've done that for the bank, think about the password you used for your bank, because they said it was strong. So maybe just sort of add something very similar when you're creating your password. So I just share that.
Yeah, and Adele's just shared in the chat that it should have letters, numbers, and characters. It won't accept a password without a symbol or a number as well.
Yeah. Alternatively, the fallback, like the developer always says, is 2FA. But you just got to know how to use it and know how to activate it. So, if you do know how to use two-factor authentication, that can always be your fail-safe for your profile.
Yeah. Then please note that Gift of Legacy, we've always called it a gifting activity. Activity being the very important word here. Gift of Legacy is not and never will be an investment scheme where you can just put your money in and sit back and wait for it to grow. It's an activity because we require people to join in order to move along the levels so that you can get to legend and receive. So make sure that you log in frequently, connect on the board chats, follow the guidelines. We've got so much training available for everybody. You just click on the Academy section on your personal profile and you have access to everything. And remember to build your tribe 2 by 2 by 2. And what I've noticed as well is a lot of people are going on to board chat now because, they want to make sure that they're putting a date. But all they're doing is putting a date and saying hi. Like, even if you've got a few profiles, you could type something out and copy and paste it just to get the energy of your board going. I never just say hi. I'm always talking about, today I actually went into the boards and I copy and pasted saying, please watch Chris's training on the 26th of September, which is all about the psychology of your name list. And then I give them the link tree. And it's very easy to copy and paste from the board chat. So you can actually hover over any chat and copy and paste. So, it's a really great way to educate people that are maybe on boards that don't know what's going on. So I use it all the time just to make sure that everybody on my board is at least educated. So try to do a little bit more than just saying hi. And then also just remember, you have to log out. So if you are somebody that is constantly logged into Gift of Legacy, that doesn't count. You have to log out and log in order for the counter to reset to 30 days. It is really important. I had somebody call me today and say, I don't understand. I'm always logged in and I've got my second email and I'm still logged in. And I said, that is the problem. You need to just log out, log back in, and then the counter resets back to 30 days. So remember to take notes that if you do decide to quit Gift of Legacy and you've made a mistake, because I know when we see new features, we like to click on them and see what's going on. So if you do land up clicking Quick Gift of Legacy, it says your profile from all boards will be removed and your profile will be deleted. Are you sure you want to quit? If you click confirm, guess what? You can still go back in and reactivate. So once you've clicked confirm, this button will change to reactivate. And you can do that. We know that all of our literature says 48 hours, but we've actually extended it to 7 days. So a red block will be around a user's profile for 7 days. So if you don't log in for 14 days, you will receive an email warning you to please log in. If you still don't log in, then after 21 days, you will get a second email urging you to please log into your account. If you still have not logged in after that, so at 28 days, you will get a final warning before the system then sends you an email which asks you if you are going to quit, because after 28 days, it almost goes into the same function as if you were to quit. So it will tell you that you've chosen to quit, and it will inform you how to reactivate. And you have 7 days to do that. But please rather just do it after the first 14 days, because then it resets itself. Don't take a chance. And also, very, very important, you are not going to get any of these notifications if your email address is not verified. It is really important that your email address is verified, because number one, you'll figure out if you've spelt it incorrectly. And number two, it's there so that you can receive important information. And a lot of people don't necessarily use WhatsApp or Telegram globally. A lot of people still use email. So if you are a legend and you get a gifter and your profile email isn't verified, you might miss out on that gifter, because they pretty much would actually email you to try and organize the gift. So just go to your personal profile. At the back, you'll see a red banner will appear, and it will say that your profile is not verified. And all you need to do is click verify. You'll go to your email and you will follow the steps and then log in. Phyllis, do you want to just say anything else?
No, like Candace said, I just want to reiterate, please check under personal info that your email address is 100% correct. Your names are spelled correctly. There's a G before Gmail. Because these are little errors and people argue with us that it's correct. And then when we check, there's no G before the mail, or something else has happened, like the spelling is wrong. Maybe they've put 3 S's instead of 2 in Melissa. So please, guys, just make sure your email addresses are correct on there, and then click verify under your personal info. If not, if your email addresses are incorrect, all you have to do is just contact support and say, my email address is X on my profile. Please, can you change it to this, because there's a spelling error or a typing error, and support will assist gladly.
Great.
Candace,
Then yes.
can I also, just as a suggestion, highlight the fact that for those whom have multiple profiles, 4 or 5 or 6, to always keep a spreadsheet with those email addresses tied to the specific profile usernames, because when the warning emails arrive, they do not currently address the profile username. The only connection you can make is via the email address that you have received that warning email from. And if you are not sure which profile it belongs to, you may miss out on going into the correct profile and ensuring that you logging in is recorded. So just make sure that you keep a spreadsheet if you do have multiple profiles, with the correct email address next to each profile username, so that you can make the connection when you do get the warning emails. Thank you.
Thanks, Hercules. Yes, very, very important. And if you're not a spreadsheet kind of person, because a lot of people aren't, just make sure we've all got a notes section on our phone, on our smartphones. Put them all in there. Put them somewhere so that you don't get confused.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to share as well here, this is the sequence of the email. So on the left, top left, that will be the first one. It says your account has been flagged as inactive. This is an early warning to reactivate your account by logging in. You have 14 days to reactivate before your account is deleted. And then it says, if you choose not to reactivate your account on the Gift of Legacy platform, we will delete your account, all personal information, and surrender all positions on boards if there are any. The second email on the right will happen after 21 days. And it says your account has been flagged as inactive. This is an early warning to reactivate your account by logging in. You now have 7 days before your account is deleted. And then the last one says your account has been flagged as inactive. This is an early warning to reactivate your account by logging in. You have 2 days to reactivate. And then the final one will say profile deletion. And that is when the red block, the dreaded red block, appears around your name. And you will get an email saying you have chosen to leave the Gift of Legacy platform, delete your profile, all personal information, and surrender all positions on boards. You have 24 hours to reactivate your own profile by going onto your boards to reactivate. And then, of course, they say in the email 48 hours. And we're going to keep it like that because there is a sense of urgency. We want you to have your account back if it's, by mistake and you were one of the people that didn't verify your email or spelt it incorrectly. We have even made a plan and we are suffering the consequences with our email service provider because we've even made a plan to send this final warning to emails that are not verified. But again, we have no idea if they're spelled correctly, so we cannot guarantee that 100% of you will receive this email. But we are doing whatever we can to support the community and to make sure that you guys are looked after and that your profiles will be as active as possible. But if you haven't been active and you haven't been involved and engaged, what are you doing in this program? What are you doing? Because we are actively involved in building a community, being the change we wish to see in the world, and inviting people on this incredible journey with us. So when you quit, I'm just repeating the little poster that Adele said. It says quit. It asks, are you sure? Then the red block appears. And if you click on the red block, it will give you the option to reactivate. Your legend can do this for you, but we also made it so that the user yourself is also able to reactivate themselves. So very, very important. You don't need to contact support if this happens. You just go in and rescue yourself.
Yeah. Can I just add on to that, Cans? I've been feeling such a good sense of community from the community. I've had people who are on boards, and when they see like a builder or a guy that they know of with the red block, knowing that they haven't actually quit, they're actually reaching out to these people because people's contact details and email addresses are on there. So they're actually calling up these people and saying, hey, I see a red block around your username. Have you decided to quit Gift of Legacy? And they're like, oh my gosh, no, I haven't. So then they quickly log in and they reactivate their profiles. But if they can't, then the legend on the board is actually reactivating them for them. So it's nice to see that people on boards are actually still working together and actually communicating with the contact numbers and email addresses that are on the board. So that's quite awesome to see.
Perfect. I'm just sorry, I got distracted by something in the chat, and I'm just going to read it out because and there is a slide in the presentation. But Juanita says, I need some assistance with a legend on a silver board. She communicates now and then, but she doesn't confirm the gifters. The gifters have been in contact and she removes them. It's going on for months now. Now, please, if this ever happens, we say time and time again, please use the support. All you need to do is go into your profile and click on support. It's at the top of your personal profile. or you can email us at support@giftoflegacyglobal.com, and we make sure to replace legends, or we make sure to get hold of the legends. Melissa has the patience of a saint. She phones every single legend that is reported unresponsive and makes sure that they are sure that they want to leave. And she tells them all about what a fantastic opportunity it is. And we can do whatever we can to get them to come back into the game. So yeah, don't worry about that, but please email us so we can help you with that. And you never know, this poor legend might not have a clue about what is expected of them. So it's up to us to educate. And at support, we more than happily do that so we can get boards moving.
I'd like to tag on there very quickly, Cans. Just sharing a little bit about the psychology on why having the delete function where people can quit on their own, and also why putting the 30-day activity thing in place. We got that from Hercules, because Hercules about 3 months ago, he just said the word activity. I think it was about 10 times he said it on the one call we had in the one morning. He sounded like a broken record. Activity. And that's where it all sort of stemmed from. And we thought to ourselves, you know what, Hercules, you hit the nail on the head. This is not an investment that you put money into and you sit and wait for it to grow. Gift of Legacy is an activity. And an activity is, if you think about the real world out there, people have got a job, and people will wake up in the morning and drive in traffic and spend 9 hours a day at their job, 5 days a week, 21 days a month. They're participating in their job, because if they don't participate in their job, they will not earn their salary at the end of the month. And that's 9 hours a day. And all we require is something very, very, very small: to log in, log out, to keep your profile active, because it's an activity, which I think is beyond fair. It is beyond fair. Guys, it takes 10 seconds. I was sitting with my mom the other day and I showed her. And my mom said, why are people complaining about that? That took you 10 seconds. I said, there we go. That's why it's an activity. And what would previously, if you want to call it, slow a board down, there's two things. The first one is that thing called a space filler. You guys have heard us speak about that many, many times. Anybody that might be new on this call this evening, what is a space filler? That is when you've joined and you just register 2 random family members. You register 2 family members, and deep down that they not going to ever be doing Gift of Legacy, but you put those 2 people in to fill that spot. But now the problem is, without those 2 positions, getting 2 and getting 2, as Candice mentioned just now, this activity is a 2 by 2 by 2. It will stop. That is guaranteed. It will come to a grinding halt, because money does not make the boards move. People make the board move. We've always got to remember that. And then the other thing is, what would slow a board down is the amount of people that came into Gift of Legacy over the past couple of months, where we've had it where people couldn't get hold of legends. Melissa can vouch on this one. Melissa phones these people and goes, you know what, you've got 8 gifters on your board ready to gift you $800. And they say, what is Gift of Legacy? And Melissa goes, what are you talking about? You're part of a gifting community. And they say, sorry, we don't know what you're talking about. This has happened hundreds of times, guys. People sign their friends and family up to Gift of Legacy, but they forget to tell them. How on earth does that happen? I would never register a friend or a family member into something without even telling them about it. So that is where things started getting a little bit slowy and a little bit stuck. I hate that word stuck, but I'm going to be using it because that is what in essence would slow things down. And that's why the decision was made to clean up and make sure everybody that's part of Gift of Legacy is an active participant. an active participant to keep the boards moving, because you can only control where you are at. So, if you look at a board, so people say nothing happened in my board for the last, let's call it 2 months or 3 months, but you see all the white circles. Now, you guys, a picture speaks 1,000 words. A picture speaks 1,000 words. People are like, yeah, but I've done this and I've done that. I say, send me a screenshot, and I just see white circles. You can see straight away they've done absolutely nothing, but they're expecting the board to move. Guys, that is impossible. It is impossible. If you do nothing, nothing will happen. It's like gravity. If I throw you up in the air, no, give it a couple of seconds, you can be landing again with a bang. That is what gravity is. Throw something up, it will come down. It's a certainty. You do nothing, expect nothing. Nothing will happen. That's just the way it is. So that's what we've done. It's a false sense of security where people going, all these people on my board, but a false sense of security. Now people are seeing the reality. So somebody sent me a message saying my board looks like a skeleton. And I said, well, that is good news. That is very good news that your board looks like a skeleton, because now you know that the people that were on that board was a false sense of security. And now it's time to work with the right, like-minded and like-hearted people. And that's where we're at right now. We're on a 30-day challenge. Anybody that doesn't know about it, watch that training that I did, talking about a name list that Candice mentioned just now. Guys, it's all about energy. Money is energy. It needs to flow. And it's all about people. It's all about new, fresh blood. And that's what we're busy doing right now. Sorry, I thought I just needed to kind of...
Chris, I would just like to add, what is the opposite of passive? Active. So this is not an opportunity where you can earn a passive income, like many other opportunities out there. You are so very welcome to scroll through Facebook. You get millions of offers to earn a passive income where you needn't be active. Gift of legacy is a gifting activity that requires you to be active. When you're active, your chances at getting abundance are much greater. In fact, it's guaranteed than simply being passive. It's not a passive income opportunity. I just wanted to add that. Thanks.
Thank you. And I just want to share, I have had quite an interesting experience on one of my boards. I was a guide on a gold board, and I was so excited because one side of the board that I was on was filling up really quickly. And then there was one final gifter that was in red, and he was in red for days. And then I started reaching out, and then I started investigating, and I realized that I was a guide. The two builders next to me were the same person, and the 4 gifters that had
I think we could have possibly lost Cans. I'm not too sure if it's me or if it's...
No, I think Cans froze there.
Ah.
So I know exactly where she was going with that. Those gifters, all those 4 plus the other 2 were all the same person. They were the same person.
I'm back.
Ah,
So what happened was, I don't know what they were playing at, but eventually they closed. So the legend was the same person, the 2 builders were the same person, and then the 4 gifters were the same person. And because that last gifter was holding up the board, I had 3 of my team that couldn't join that board, and I didn't want to hold them back. So I told them to go on. So they've gone to other boards, and the rest of the people following them have gone to other boards. Eventually the board spun, and now I'm a legend, and I'm surrounded by everyone that is the same person, and they just arrived on my board again. It's a different name, but I know it's the same person. And they said, okay, well, where are your people? Because we're going to wait. We're gifter number 1 and we're going to wait. And I said, no, I'm very sorry, but you have 48 hours to gift me, because my people have now gone to another board and your people are going to have to fill this board. So if you want to stay with your team, you are going to have to gift me in order to secure your space. And I'm not going to back down. If I do not receive a gift from this person, I will remove them off the board. And if they come back again, I will remove them again. And if you get removed 3 times, you get sent to the oldest board. You won't follow your inviter until the next round. And I'm being strict because they weren't helping me on my journey. They could have just let that profile go and allowed for one of my teammates to come in, and they didn't. So I don't know why they think that that's fun. I mean, how fun would it be to pay yourself? You know, out of all the gold gifts that guy got, he maybe got one gold gift. The rest is all his people. And they're all the same person. What's the point? We are here to create abundance. We are here to bless one another and to just take so many profiles so that you can move up in the boards. I mean, go play Monopoly and use fake money. Don't mess with people's lives. Like, seriously. So I just wanted to share that because now I've got the power, and they can either choose to quit because they've got to gift me. Otherwise, they're going to go somewhere else. And that's just the way it is. So with Trickle Up is amazing because, you know, we listened to the community. In all the months we listened, and everybody was complaining about stuck boards and they can't get hold of these people and no one's available. And that's where Trickle Up came from. That's why Auto Remove is here. It's to help the community. And if you've got a few open spaces on the board, guess what? They're open spaces. They're not space fillers. So you can create magic with them. But if you do decide to remove yourself, you can remove yourself from any position. Like we said, you've got that 7-day grace period where you can reactivate. And then if you do remove yourself, I'm just going to go to the next slide so I can explain it, because I know that Mona had a question about this just now. If you are, let's say, for example, builder number B on this slide, and you decide to remove yourself, these 2, 1 and 2, will trickle up. So everything on this side will trickle up. If, let's say, a guide removes themselves over here, and F and G are here, they won't trickle up into that position because it works from left to right. So 1 and 2 will trickle up to B, or C and D will trickle up to B. F and G will trickle up to E. B and E could trickle up to A. And then, of course, we do not have trickle up with legends. Number 1, because it will be abused, guaranteed. Number 2, if somebody has received a few gifts and they decide to leave, and that happens, believe it or not, myself and Melissa are shocked and in horror about the amount of legends that have received 3 or 4 or 5 gifts. They have 2 more gifts to go and they decide to leave. Now, we would love to hand this over to one of the guides that joined first. That was what I would have loved. But how can we give a position to somebody that's only going to get 2 gifts? Then they're not going to be able to move forward because you need $500 to go perpetual on your bronze and $400 to go up. So GGM takes over that position so that we can just get the board moving, and then those positions will get sidelined. GGM is not holding on to all of these positions that get taken away. We're just filling in so that we can create the movement that is required. Okay. Melissa, Chris, does anybody want to jump in on here?
Yeah, no, I can't. I think you covered it. And like you're saying, there are legends who decide, no, I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to be part of Gift of Legacy. You know what? I've seen legends on $400 boards, guys. $400. They will get $1,600. And I mean, oh my gosh, if I got $1,600 as a once-off, I'm doing a happy dance. I'm shouting. I'm telling everybody on all the groups. But they will take that $1,600, the first 4 gifts, and they will decide that they are quitting Gift of Legacy. I've seen it numerous times, and they're like, we cannot put the guide, unfortunately, into that legend position because as Candace said, they'll only get $1,600, which will allow them to go on to the goal board, but then they don't have another $400 to go on perpetually. And also, I'm sure as a guide, you really want to get all 8 gifts. You don't want to just get the $1,600. You want to get $3,200 because you've got plans for your gifts. I mean, everybody has plans for the gifts and what they want to do with them. And secondly, also, the reason why I know a couple of people are a little bit confused when, for an example, the builder will invite gifter 1 and gifter 2. Okay. And then what will happen is, okay, let me use a better example. The builder will remove themselves off the board. And then as Candace says, the gifter 1 will go into the builder position. But what will happen is if the builder the guy decides to remove themselves, then it's very difficult for gifter number 1 to go into the builder number 1 position, purely because they are the 2 invitees of that person. So I know a lot of you are saying, I've got a couple of gaps on my board. Guys, be patient with us. Those gaps are going to be filled either with Trickle Up or with other participants joining your board. So just watch the space.
Awesome. All right, so that brings me to my example. This is what a board looks like that I'm on, and I logged in. It's actually my mom's board, and all of the people on the left-hand side were her invitees, and they didn't even tell her that they were leaving. So I looked at this board and I wanted to go into shock and gloom and doom. And I suddenly thought, hold on a second. Here is an opportunity. Here's an opportunity to put people in that I want to travel with. And being a migrator, we all got cross-pollinated and landed up with people that didn't necessarily want to be there or work together or didn't even know that they were there. And what I did was I contacted a few of my friends and I said, this is what I'm doing. This is where I would like to put you. So if you joined as a gifter, you would actually start off 1 level higher. Now, I learned the hard way, and it took me a week to get this right because Alzette came in as gifter number 1. Once I confirmed her, she moved in to builder number 1 position. Then Kim was her invitee, and I thought how better to have Alzette and Kim in the builder position because then they can bring their invitees. So I got Kim to join as gifter number 2, and when I confirmed her, she stayed there because she's part of that team now. So I asked Kim to please remove herself. It took a while for the position to get deleted. And then what we did was we waited for Margie to join. Then Alzette's second invitee came in over here. Then Kim joined in position number 3. Once I confirmed her, she trickled up to builder number 2. And then she could invite Frank. And now since I actually created this hemisphere has filled and they have gone off to create amazing magic. The energy has been incredible, and they've been on another board that they landed up being cross-pollinated. I actually got them in, and this is also something I'd like to share. We all want to bless people when we're in a legend position, and that's a wonderful thing to do. But if you don't know the guide and the builders when you're in a legend position and you bless someone in, when you leave that board, you're leaving your gifters in no man's land. Nobody's going to take care of them unless you are physically holding their hands every day. So the mistake I made on a previous board was I invited these people when I was a legend. I spun off. I was trying to focus on my new bronze board. And of course, they all landed up in builder positions, spread all over the place, didn't know anyone. The people above them obviously weren't engaged because that's why I put the gifters in there in the first place. And they weren't really doing well. They were actually looking at other opportunities. So I called them. I actually sent them this picture and I said, what do you think? Would you like to start fresh? That's all I said. Would you like to start fresh? They were so excited. They've spun off their building. And in the meantime, I've now got 2 builders in this position. We've got a gifter that's joining tomorrow. And we're just going to wait a couple of days for the next gifter. And this was me looking at this board going, oh my goodness, how am I going to do this? I need to find so many people. But I turned it around, because we can turn every negative into a positive, because we are the change that we wish to see in the world. And it's just, how badly do we want that change? How badly do we want this to work for us? Because Chris inspired me with that 30-day name challenge, and with him building a new team and starting from scratch. I am so inspired, and I'm getting this to work. And you know what I did on this? I went to all of my boards and I said, I'm starting from scratch. I can guarantee you in a month or two on this silver board, my people are going to come and join me here, and we're going to have movement on that board. And that got the energy excited on the silver board, because now I'm hoping that people will do the same. It's just about spreading the energy of excitement again. And this is a fresh new beginning. You will always follow your inviter. So if you do get deleted and you decide that you've got a change of heart and you want to come back into Gift of Legacy, you must contact support, and your profile will remain intact, in the sense that you will still have your invitees, provided they haven't quit. You will still have your inviter as well. If your inviter has quit, but their inviter is still here, you will follow their inviter. So we've really tried to keep everyone together. The only snag is that because of how the Trickle Up boards have been coded, when we reactivate your profile, you'll be placed on a board with other people. And when you complete that board, everyone will start following you again. So you will not be able to go back to the same board, but you will still have your invitees, and you will still be able to follow your inviter on the next round. Remember that legends have the power. So if a gifter joins your board and they are not communicating with you, you can remove them 6 to 72 hours if they have not responded to you. And remember, as the legend, encourage board chat. At the top of board chat, you can actually put your own personal message and click save where the template is. And you've got the power to get your boards moving as well. And then just to quickly go through a couple more of the updates that we've done. Security of the website. We've got home screen banners that will constantly give you all of the information that we require you to know. Email verification, board chat and the whisper function, two-factor authentication. It's very easy to learn it. I know Chris always pulls his hair out, and I don't come from a place where we've used it before, but all you need to do is go to YouTube, learn about two-factor authentication. It's probably a 5-minute video. I use something called Authy, Authy. And once you've got Authy as an app on your phone, you'll be able to link it up. So very, very easy to learn. Board splitting is so exciting because, like I showed you, my one hemisphere is moving, and they are going to be probably coming back to the other side to help as well for that movement. And it's all about the Ohana, that nobody gets left behind. Auto join, we've spoken about earlier. And then GGM and our love heart positions. Very, very excited about that. And I'm very excited that most of the development, 99.999% of the development is done, which means that hopefully now when GGM receives gifts, we will be able to concentrate on Hercules' love project, the Love Heart. And that was always supposed to be our fail-safe. Love Heart positions were supposed to be sponsored in with the funds that we receive in the gifts to GGM. And we were hoping that we would have millions and millions of Love Heart positions that would come and cross-pollinate and help boards that aren't moving. However, we've had to spend quite a large sum of money in the form of development. And now hopefully we'll be able to just concentrate on feeding those Love Heart positions, which are very, very dear to our hearts. And of course, time out and auto remove. So I don't know if any of my beautiful core would like to add to that.
No, you've covered absolutely everything. Let me tell you something from a gifting community. What we've got in place, and you look at the A to Z document, 155 pages. You look at the YouTube channel with over 210 YouTube recordings, from training to orientation to getting started to presentations, you name it. There's not a gifting community on this planet that has the amount of tools that we have. And if you look at tools, look at a toolbox. You got a toolbox and it's full of tools. What do you can either open the toolbox and take the tools and use them, or you can just sit on your toolbox all day and eat lunch and nothing will happen. So use the tools that you have in your toolbox. It's taken us hundreds and hundreds of hours to put it together, and it's right there at your fingertips. And that's what the tools are there for. And this is where we're talking about the 30-day challenge, where the people are using the tools. The link tree, guys, that link tree is like absolutely next level. Absolutely next level. It is so cool. It is so easy. Today I was in Pretoria, and there was a store, and they had like the sale on t-shirts, and it just like drew me in there. I was like, oh my goodness gracious. I went there, I had a look, but with no intention to buy. I just wanted to go and browse and have a look. And the person, the guy that was walking around the floor that was helping me, what an amazing, amazing person. He was so polite, he was so helpful, and he had one of the most amazing attitudes I've ever seen before. I said to him, I'll be back in an hour. I came back, and when we were chatting, we were just talking about how long have you been working here? And he said, no, he studied. He's got his degree in finance, and he's working in a retail store. Guys, he's got a degree in finance, and the only job he could get is standing on the floor selling clothes. And he said to me, I've got debt of 45,000 Rand. It's going to take me about 10 years to pay that back. I said, wow, how would you like to pay that debt back within 6 to 12 months? He said, what? How? I said, have you ever been involved in the gifting community before? He said, no, but please tell me more. I got his details. I sent him the link tree. It's so funny. As I was on the call right now, I got a message from him saying, Chris, it was an honor meeting you. Thank you for this information. I can't wait to look at it tonight. Guys, there's people all around us, and people say, I can't find two people. When a person says, I can't find two people, I just sit there and go, really? Oh my goodness. I just needed to share that today. It is so exciting. And that's what happens when you are resonating at a certain frequency. Everything starts falling into place. All these opportunities open up for you, because I'm on a mission of note. I'm on a mission. I am building my lineage, guys. I haven't had the opportunity to do this in 9 months because I've been so busy making sure that there's a system together with my core team to help the community. And I took, in the beginning, I took 5 steps forward, but I took 10 steps back. And so did my core team take 10 steps backwards for the community. We had the oxygen mask on the community, and we forgot about ourselves. And now we've stepped in, and we need to lead by example. So Candice and I, guess what, guys? You've heard us say this before. We came into the community just like everybody else. There's no preferential treatment, preferential boards, none of that. We are on the same boards, same as every single person in the community. We made sure of that when we launched in the beginning. We made sure. And where we are right now is we are building from scratch. We're building from scratch to show people, guys, these are the tools. We're applying the tools, because we don't say to people, do this, try this. We practice what we preach, and we are doing it. And we're saying, guys, this is what we've done. This is what works. This is what doesn't work. So we help you. It's one thing to know what to do. There's also a thing to know what not to do. and we will teach you because we've had the headaches. We've knocked our heads and said, guys, don't do that. We've tried that. It doesn't work. Here's an easier way, because all we want to do is make your journey as smooth as possible. So we're paving the way and we're leading by example. And that's what we're doing right now. And it's exciting. I'm more excited now, guys, than when we launched, because I'm getting out there, I'm talking to people and looking at the excitement. And you know what's so amazing is a lot of you people are on I've got two groups, Elevation 1, Elevation 2, and I've got another group with my new team. Elevation 1 and 2, Adele sent me a message the other day saying, Chris, now that you're building your own team, can I exit Elevation 1 and 2? Those are all your people. I said, no. The, Elevation 1 and 2 are not all my people. This is people that were like stray all over the place. And you know me with my cats, I try to put them all in a bag. So I put all my strays and all the people onto Elevation 1 and 2. They don't know each other from a bar of soap. I was just trying to find them a home. And yeah, that group can sometimes get a little bit crazy. People fight with each other. But let me tell you something. My new group with my new excited people, they're all working together. So there's a nugget, guys. There's a nugget. Because these people are all in the same lineage. So start, control what you can control the controllables. Stop worrying about the above you on the board, the side of you, the left side, the right side. Don't worry about what's happening around you on the boards, guys. Don't worry about it. It's a distraction because you can't control it. Can you control the person next to you on the board? No, you can't. Can you control the person that you registered into GL and helping them find their two? That is what you can control. So what we need to do is we have to have a mind shift change, and we need to have a look. Stop worrying about what we cannot control. Control what you can control. Control the controllables. That's what we're doing right now. And the energy shift and the excitement is ecstatic. Absolutely amazing. And Candice will agree with me on that one.
100%. And it's just all about an attitude change. That's why I showed you that board. You know, I could have gone into doom and gloom and thought, I'm just going to quit that profile. But no, it's my mom's profile. And I've worked hard at getting it where it is. And I didn't want to let it go. So you can either wait until support can help you. And like we said, everybody will be able to get a place on a board that's fuller. It's just going to take a little bit more time. It could take, between 1 and 3 months, or you can take part in your own rescue and start adding people. And what better way to begin than as a guard or a builder, And like we said before, instead of 8 gifts, you could get 12. I mean, how does it get better than that? All right, so that brings us to the our last slide, and this is an uncomfortable subject, but many of you that have been on this call with us and on this journey with us, we've promised our community that we are the custodians of Gift of Legacy, and we will do whatever we can to protect it. So there's a lot of rumors going around saying that we're so awful, that we're just removing accounts and we're just doing whatever and we're playing God. Let me put that to bed right now. If an account is removed for misconduct or cross-recruiting, believe you me, we have enough proof. We have loads of proof, and we don't take that lightly. But if anybody is going to jeopardize Gift of Legacy and the health of Gift of Legacy and our community within Gift of Legacy, we don't want them here. They're not in alignment with the plan. They're not in alignment with the change that we're creating. And if you cannot follow the guidelines, and if you constantly try and break the system, you're out, you're gone. Go and find another platform to mess with. This one, no. We've created it with good hearts, good intentions, and we have to stay strong. So, shame on you. Shame on you for messing with the program and costing us so much money that we could have spent on Love Heart. Because so much of the things that we've had to put in place are because some of the people that have joined this program are not here for the right reasons. And they've come here to just take, and not bless. And it's just very sad. But we will do whatever we can to protect GL.
Yeah. Candace, can I just add, if I may, please? The previous slide indicated all the features that took months, hours, and millions to develop for the benefit of the greater community that are in alignment and that are in gift of legacy to ensure they have an opportunity to get their abundance. And as the custodians, and as much as we are decentralized, you cannot code everything into GL. You simply cannot do that. And so we will remain the custodians after investing what we have to ensure that our community globally enjoys the potential of getting their abundance through this gifting activity. And so the actions of participants that are not in alignment will not be tolerated, and we will not be told not to intervene and to take action where it is required. And in doing so, we're ensuring that we provide a sustainable platform for longevity, for the greater community, and not just for a few people who want to mess around. People who has conduct without impunity will not be tolerated, where we have tangible proof of people acting out of alignment that are adversely affecting the health of GL and are blocking the abundance of participants whom are in alignment will no longer be welcome within our community and will not be allowed to be part of the community. And that means losing their profiles. End of story. We will not negotiate. We will not enter into debates. As Candace said, when a profile is removed, rest assured, there was very good reason to do that, because those people have been blocking the abundance for others. And we simply, as the custodians, cannot allow that to happen without impunity. I just wanted to add that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Herky. That was, yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. If you think about it, what people have been doing is, sharing another gifting community to other people. Do you know what that is like? That is like stealing money from people within the community. It's stealing money. It's taking money out the hard-working people that are part of this community that have put so much work and effort into it, and then people come and destroy it. It's like stealing. You break the law. In the real world out there are consequences, and those are consequences. And I'm so glad that they're in place, because every decision that we make is for the sustainability of GL, as Hercules just mentioned now, and for the protection of the participants. So everything we do, every single decision we make, from it, be it whether it's removing somebody out of GL, or any type of improvement or change that we have to do to the system, every single decision that we make is to protect the community and for the sustainability of the program. And every decision doesn't just happen because we just wake up one morning and decide to make a decision. There's a lot of time and effort and thought that goes into every single decision that gets made. And it's always gift to legacy first. And we will do whatever it takes to protect this community. That's what the custodians are here for, to look after the community. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Let's just keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
With us.
Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. The phoenix is rising. The phoenix is rising.
Right, are we done?
Yep,
Yeah.
we done.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Good night.
everybody. Night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.